Okay. Here we have... I have no idea who I'm going to play with. I'm starting brand spanking new. Hey, why not, right? Negative. Complete negative. Oh, cloud. Create new. Use real life. Nobody plays the preseason. Unless you're starting off.
Select the team you want to join.
No, I love my Seahawks. That's what we're going to play at.
Start your season with recommended settings if you wish to change roles or adjust. Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.
What are my season goals? We're going to the Super Bowl.
Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also higher risk.
We're going to win the Super Bowl.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
See if I can get this shared. We're gonna run the ball down his throat. What we're gonna freaking do? Now we gotta see that. No, I'm not gonna lie. The sound check on this game is freaking perfect.
The Zach Taylor era begins in...
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season
and we get the ball to start
between
the game.
The Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Seahawks offense here set to take over with Russell Wilson leading the way. Wilson, a Pro Bowler 5 times in his 7
we're not going to be like
NFL
those idiots on the
seasons,
Seattle
including
Seahawks
last year.
We're going to use Wilson the way you're supposed
35 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with.
That's one that I expect my best wide receiver to come down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Break him down at the 49. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Get ready.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Oh, let me guess, number 65. Yep, I knew it.
They were looking to throw, holding on a big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They try and run on first down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Preston Brown gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. So here are the Bengals under first-year head coach Zach Taylor. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it, and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the
coming in with the heat.
In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a third straight All-Pro season. And a look at Seattle's defense.
Now one of the leaders in the Seattle secondary is safety Bradley McDougall. Since the retirement of Cam Chancellor, he's really had to step up and take on a primary role. Excellent against the run, solid in coverage, 2 interceptions in week 1 of 2018, and never looked back.
That's to his running back, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back.
See, this is why we suck. Okay, we can't keep anybody healthy.
2nd and 7. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams. And the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October.
I'm going to need you to turn around and block.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for a first down.
Containing him is becoming
Wilson's always been a thrower. Wilson's a rookie.
Earlier on this drive.
And so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start getting back to rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Yeah, that's unrealistic.
Something to watch here in week 1
Rashad Penny doesn't get any more than 2 or 3 yards per carry.
Know that in the preseason,
I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to EA and tell them about
that. Plus, the
that.
intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
He's got the tight end, Vanette. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, Wilson rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver. He's brought down. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
They pass up to 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Bengals will get the football back. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Dalton with a give here to Mixon.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. So Dalton now. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
No! Are you kidding me? You're kidding me!
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 2nd down now, Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. In on the stop, Bradley McDougall. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
Every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all is cut.
Thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard. About time. To me, the action's been right there on the field. Trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This
to
one
get back
a
to
little
what we
slow
know.
to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught on the left side.
My boy Metcalf. Let's go.
And he'll have it
Let's go.
past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Underneath pass here to Van Ness. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a
wide open, baby. Woohoo! Malik Turner, boy.
Able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He's a 2nd-round pick, a solid 2nd-round pick. But when you're close to that 1st round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a 1st-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that 1st-round grades on him.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. Myers' kick is good. And that will knock things up here late in the 1st half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime,
reassess the situations here.
On the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get a 2nd half to play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
I see you.
I'm trying something.
And I fell for it.
And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock.
I know what I thought about that 1st half? Y'all were garbage. Complete and total garbage. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25.
Okay, we'll make up for it in the 2nd half.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the 1st drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On 2nd and 7, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton. Open man. Erickson. That's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Okay, we're bringing the blitz.
2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. This will be Dalton again. And Eifert has it. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Save our lives. Maybe you guys want to be a track team. We'll be doing suicides tomorrow in practice.
It's Mixon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up second down. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Got his man. It's Eifert.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
A.J. Green right there.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And
there we go.
The Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. With a sack, it's Ziggy onside. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning.
Everybody's doing suicide except
Tom. Go with the football.
Clutch play.
That led to the sack.
Clutch play.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. From the 29, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in.
I'm about to give myself
Couldn't
a brain
hang on
aneurysm.
3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Wilson.
Block.
Well, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Flush to his right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Oh, no.
They go back to the ground now with Penny. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
They're coming on the
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson.
Look at all this field.
Steps away to his left. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. Some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
They go read option with Wilson, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Check. Watch 54. Tackles.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
But this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And, boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th, and now they're going to try an onside kick.
This
is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
Coming up in the safe
almost
position.
on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
This might be a spring.
Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 3rd down from the gun. Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Oh, man, that's not good.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Not enough there for a first. No gain as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete,
Are you
but
kidding
a penalty
me?
flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off.
Oh. It's on the offense. We'll take it.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that
They're going
one
to the end
away.
zone
Might have
regardless. Might as well
caused an
go for it.
incompletion that could have been an interception.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
This is caught. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Well, they did the part. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. A 1-yard touchdown pass as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5.
Yeah, 7 left. 3 timeouts.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
With pressure.
It's caught. Lockett. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
And you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
4th down. Here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't.
It's cool, though. Oh, we're done.